Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam
Narayanam
Namaskrutyam.
Namaskrutyam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram
Naram
Chaiva
Chaiva
Narottamam.
Narottamam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Devim
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswatim
Vyasam.
Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayat.
Tato
Tato
Jaya
Jayamudiraye.
Mudire.
Nashtaprayasu Abhadresu.
Nashtaprayesu
Nashtaprayesu
Abhadresu.
Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata
Bhagavad Sevaya.
Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke.
Bhagavati
Bhagavati
Uttam
Uttam
Shloke.
Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir
Bhaktir
Bhavati
Bhavati
Naistiki.
Naistiki.
Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, title Conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. And today's verse is verse number 43. Sauryam tejo dhritir daksham.
Sauryam
Sauryam
Tejo
Tejo Dhritir
Dhritir
Dakshyam.
Yuddhe chapi apalayanam.
Yuddhe
Yuddhe
Chapi
cha
Palayanam.
papayanam.
Dhanam ishvara bhavascha.
Dhanam
Anam
Ishvara
Ishvara
Bhavacha.
Bhavacha.
Shrutam karma swabhavajam.
Kshatram
Kshatram
Karma
Karma
Swabhavajam.
Svabhavajam.
Sauryam tejo dhriti daksham.
Sauryam
Sauryam
Tejo
Tejo Dhritir
Dhritir
Dakshyam.
Yuddhe chapi apalayanam.
Yuddhe Cha
Yuddhe cha
Api Palayanam.
apyapayanam.
Dhanam ishvara bhavascha.
Dhanam
Anam
Ishvara
Ishvara
Bhavacha.
Bhavasya.
Kshatram karma swabhavajam.
Kshatram
Kshatram
Karma
Karma
Swabhavajam.
Svabhavajam.
Sauryam tejo dhritir daksham.
Sauryam
Sauryam
Tejo
Tejo
Dhritir
Dhritir
Daksham.
Dakshyam.
Yuddhe chapi apalayanam.
Yuddhe
Yuddhe
Chapi Palayanam.
Chapyapayanam.
Dhanam ishvara bhavascha.
Dhanam
Dhanam Ishvara
Ishwar Bhavas.
Bhavacha.
Kshatram karma swabhavajam.
Kshatram
Kshatram
Karma
Karma
Swabhavajam.
Svabhavajam.
Anyone would like to lead?
Sauryam Tejo Dhritir Daksham.
Sauryam
Sauryam tejo
Tejo Dhritir Dakshyam.
dhritir
Yuddhe Chapi Apalayanam.
Yuddhe
chapi apalayanam.
Chapyalayanam.
Dhanam Ishvara Bhavacha.
Dhanam
Dhanam
Ishwara
ishvara
Bhavasya.
bhavascha.
Kshatram Karma Swabhavajam.
Kshatram
Kshatram
Karma
karma
Svabhavajam.
swabhavajam.
Shauryam Tejo Dhritir Dakshayam.
Sauryam Tejo
Tejo
Dhritir
dhritir
Daksham.
daksham.
Yuddhe Chapya Palayanam.
Yuddhe
Yuddhe
Chapya
chapi
Palayanam.
apalayanam.
Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha.
Dhanam
Dhanam
Ishvara
ishvara
Bhavacha.
bhavascha.
Kshatram Karma Svabhavajam.
Kshatram
Kshatram
Karma
karma
Swabhavajam.
swabhavajam. Thank you very much. Word by word meaning. Sauryam, heroism.
Shauryam
Sauryam Heroism.
Heroism.
Teja, power.
Teja
Teja
Power.
Power.
Dhriti, determination.
Dhruti
Dhriti Determination.
Determination.
Daksham, resourcefulness.
Daksham
Daksham
Resourceful.
Resourcefulness.
Yuddhe, in battle.
Yuddhe in the battle.
Yuddhe in battle.
Cha, and.
Cha
Cha
and
and
Api, also.
Api
Api also.
also.
Apalayanam,
Apalayanam.
Apalayanam.
not fleeing.
Not
Not
fleeing.
fleeing.
Dhanam, generosity.
Dhanam
Anam
generosity.
generosity.
Ishvara, of leadership.
Ishvara of
Ishvara of
leadership.
leadership.
Bhava, the nature.
Bhava the
Bhava the
nature.
nature.
Cha, and.
Cha
Cha
and
and
Shatram,
Kshatram
Kshatram.
of a Kshatriya.
Of
of
a
a Kshatriya.
Kshatriya.
Karma, duty.
Karma
Karma
duty.
duty.
Swabhavajam,
Swabhavajam.
Swabhavajam.
born of his nature.
Born of
Born
his
of
own
his
nature.
own nature.
Translation wise is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Vad ki
Jai.
jai.
Heroism,
Heroism.
Heroism.
power,
Power.
Power.
determination,
Determination.
Determination.
resourcefulness.
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 courage in battle,
courage in
courage
battle,
in battle,
generosity,
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 and leadership
and leadership
are the natural qualities
are the
are the natural
natural qualities
qualities
of work
of
of
war
work
for the Kshatriyas.
for
for
the
the
Kshatriyas.
Kshatriyas.
This has no purport. So let's let's pray our pranam mantra all together. Om Agyanati
Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chakshurmitam Mena
Sri Gurave Namo
Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah
Sri
Sri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Manobhishtam
Manobhishtam
Sthapitam
स्थापितम्
Yena
येन
Bhutale
भूतले
Swayam
स्वयमरूपकदा मह्यं
Dadati Swapadantikam
विश्वपदान्तिकम्
Vandeham Sri
देहं
Guru Sri
श्रीगुरोः
Padakamalam Sri
कमलं
Guru Vaishnavamshi
श्रीगुरुवैष्णवाञ्च
Virupam
श्रीरूपं
Sagrajatam
साग्रजातं
Sagara Raghunatha Vitam
सगुणरघुनाथान्वितं तं
Sajivam
सजीव
Sadvaitam
आवधूतं
Savadutam
सावधूतं
Parijana Sahitam
पर्यसहितं
Krishna Chaitanya Devam
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
Sri Radha Padan
राधाकृष्णपादान्
Sagaralita
सकललितासि
Sri Vishaka
विशाखान्विताञ्च
He
हे कृष्ण
Krishna
करुणा
Karuna
सिन्धो
Sindhu Deenabandhu
दीनबन्धो
Jagatpate
जगत्पते
Gopesha
गोपेश
Gopika
गोपिकान्त
Kanta Radha Kanta
राधाकान्त
Namaste
नमोऽस्तुते
Tapta Kanchana
तप्तकाञ्चन
Gaurani
गौराङ्गी
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
Vishavanusuti
विषमानुसुते
Devi
देवी
Pranamami
प्रणमामि
Haripriye
हरिप्रिये
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
कण्ठकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
Kripa
कृपा
Sindhuvaiva
सिन्धुभ्यैव
cha
च
Patitanam
पतितानां
Pavanebhyo
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo
नमो
Namo Namo
नमः
Jai
जय
Shri
श्री
Krishna
कृष्ण
Chaitanya
चैतन्य
Prabhu
प्रभु
Nityananda
नित्यानंद
Shri
श्री
Advaita
अद्वैत
Gadadhara
गदाधर
Shiva Adi
शिवासादि
Gaura
तो
Bhakta Vrinda Hare
हरे
Krishna Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare Hare
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama
राम हरे राम
Rama Rama
राम
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे हरे
Nilachara Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadra
हरे
Bhyanjagannathaya Te Namo. So thank you so much for joining this wonderful Sangha. Last time we discussed about the qualities of Brahmanas and those Brahmanas have more have 9 qualities which was so nicely explained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here in this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is explaining to Arjuna the quality of a Kshatriya. Arjuna is a Kshatriya. And what are the qualities? Lord Krishna is explaining. Lord Krishna is explaining Shauryam. That means he is heroic. A Kshatriya always exhibits a heroic mentality. Tejo, he has power. Then Dhritir. We talked about Dhritir in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance very few verses ago, if you remember. And Dhriti, determination, is a quality which is exhibited by a Kshatriya. And Daksham, that means he's very resourceful. He can really motivate, he can really get everybody together. And when he's in battle, Yuddhe, Chapi, Apalayanam. That means, Palayanam means one who flees. Apalayanam means just opposite. So he never flees. So in Yuddha, when there is a lot of fighting and there is a chance to sacrifice his body, Kshatriyas, they will sacrifice the body, but they will not flee. That's the quality Lord Krishna is saying. Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha. So when Krishna is talking about Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha, he's talking about when a Kshatriya is resourceful, is collecting resources, taxes, and he divides the collected taxes to people who needs it. Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha. So here Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha is referred in the context of administration, wherein it's not as if he has a heart where he's just giving dana. No, that's not what it means. Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha. That means because of the leadership he has, Ishwara of leadership, then he collects taxes and he distributes taxes. He does dhanam and shratam karma swabhajam. And shratam, kshatriya, the word kshatriya has come from kshata. That means Shata means wounded, right? Whenever we use the word Shata, that means it's wounded. So that means in Kshatriya means Sheta Traya iti Kshatriya. So that means if there is a place or a arena and there is a need to wound himself, Shata, then he overcomes that feeling of being wounded. There are certain personalities like Brahmana, for example, they would not fight. That doesn't mean they're not strong. It's just that by the nature, they won't fight. They don't like fighting. It's not as if they are not capable of fighting. It's as if they don't like. It doesn't come naturally to them. So let's discuss this verse very closely so that we all understand what Krishna is trying to say. Sobhavajam means the last word of this verse. Sobhavajam means is the nature, is the inherent nature, inherent qualities. And what are the inherent qualities? The inherent qualities is Shoryam, Tejo, Dhriti, Daksham. And all these things, Shoryam is heroism, courageous, taking risk in doing adventurous things. And whenever there is a intention of an arena, the Kshatriya would pound himself in front of everyone as a bow of flashy exhibition of power. Everyone in this life needs some form of satisfaction, some excitement. Different people get satisfaction from different things. When a Brahmana is trying to read, assimilate a scripture, and disseminate that information, he gets inclined and satisfaction by studying books, understanding new concepts, learning new things, intellectually stimulating and gratifying. And that is what gives Brahmana happiness. Similarly, Kshatriyas are adventurous. And the quality Krishna has mentioned, Yuddhe Chapi Apalayanam. That means they don't run away from battle. It doesn't come naturally to them. If they may be doing so many things, and if there is chance to be in the battlefield, their skin will itch to go back into the battlefield, leaving all of those items away. So some people, if you see, some people who will be, playing cricket, or there is a tendency to exhibit certain strokes. If you put the ball in the right areas, certain people will hit the ball exactly like how they would pitch. It comes naturally to them. Likewise, Kshatriyas have the tendency to not run away from the battle, apalayanam. So different people have their different source of stimulation. Like the example we gave about Brahman and Kshatriya. And we need to understand that these stimulants are not right or wrong. A Brahmana not fighting doesn't mean he is weak. It is just his nature. Krishna is taking the Varnashram Dharma, the Varna he created, Chaturvarna Mayasrashtam he created, and he's defining them. He's providing that these are the qualities based on the Varna. And this is not, and we may get stimulation from material things. We may get happiness and stimulation from spiritual things. When devotees are remembering Krishna in spiritual stimulation, thinking about the the past times when Lord Krishna was a small baby and such beautiful interactions, it gives happiness to devotees. So spiritual stimulation brings supreme satisfaction till we get to a certain level. And there's some people who like to have material stimulation. Likewise, Sauryam, heroism, to protect weaker people, Kshatriyas get satisfaction. And they take that as their dharma. That's their inherent natural tendency. Tejo, power. Kshatriyas have formidable power. They do wrestle. they exercise. Kshatriyas are very strong. Dhritir, Kshatriyas are determined people. Determined people make determined decisions. Determination is required for all the four varnas. A Vaishya who is a businessman needs determination to succeed. But it is used emphatically with Kshatriyas because it's a question of life and death. Kshatriya's determination is a question of life and death. That's why that dhritir or determination is amplified. And then Kshatriyas deal with collecting taxes, Ishwara Bhava, and disseminating the funds by weaker section of society, giving it away to weaker section of society. So Ishwara Bhavas is not that they are apparently very donating or charitable in their nature, because they are taxing. They collect taxes by virtue of some people have more land, they pay more taxes than some people have less land. And based on that, they give away the booty outcome to others. But here, Krishna is talking about in a positive light. He's talking about qualities in each varna which is desirable, and the people in these varnas cultivate certain qualities. Kshatriyas should have the tendency to collect and disseminate. And if they eat the collection, they are not Kshatriyas, they are meek. So everybody has to take different role in this world so that everything comes together. So Ishwara Bhava, in terms of governing praja, governing the subjects, it doesn't mean their mentality is to collect and give, but it is their ability to administer a country, administer an area. There are different agents at work, and Kshatriyas play certain role. Like Hanumanji, when Ramji wanted to locate Mother Sita, they found Hanumanji. Hanumanji was initially not very excited because he has never flew that far, in the sense that he's a very humble servant. But Jambavan, the bear head, inspired Hanuman, it is mentioned in Ramayana, to do it. But nowhere Jambavan is stepping up to take the credit for motivating Hanuman. That thing is reduced in exemplifying. If you look at Ramayana, Jambavan inspired Hanuman to fly and to Lanka. But nowhere it is mentioned. So whenever we play little agents, then it is apparent that a person who has taken more leadership ability, we recognize him. If we appreciate and recognize him, the relationship increases. And Daksha means expertise. He's Daksha. He's very capable and he never runs away. Apalayanam. And, and these qualities are not good. They can be cultivated, that can be a nature. When they are born into a household of Kshatriyas, they see their parents going through the process of wrestling, sword fighting, and they feel a heroism in each of them. And that's how they grow up to be successful. So Kshatriya quality is a very important quality when Lord Krishna is mentioning this to Arjuna. Because Arjuna, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, was about to give up his arms. He was about to give up his arms and not fight. But it is through these qualities, duties. Krishna spoke about qualities, Krishna spoke about duties. And finally, Arjuna surrenders and assimilates all that what was spoken to him by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and picks up his bow and arrow to fight. Because he has understood the rationale or the importance or the nature and the qualities of a true Kshatriya. And that is the reason why it is mentioned Bhagavad Gita is the manual of our life. Because what we eat, what are our qualities, how we should be self-controlled, how we should be sthita prajna, how we should um, cultivate humility, everything is in here. Everything is explained so beautifully. And we should. So the same Bhagavad Gita, if you see, was spoken to Arjuna, and Arjuna took it seriously, and he used the purpose of Bhagavad Gita in the right way. And through Sanjay's telecast, Dhritarashtra was also hearing Bhagavad Gita. But his intention of Bhagavad Gita is to prolong the life of his son, who was a useless person, who was filled with vices. See, the same Bhagavad Gita is interpreted, applied, and executed differently. And this is a verse where the qualities of Kshatriyas are exhibited. And if the Kshatriyas of the current world take this seriously, they will always be protective in the ability of being a Kshatriya and not misuse that ability as you see in many wars which is happening where the soldiers who are supposed to be Kshatriyas are misusing their power in violating and doing wrong things. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to be a Brahmana, how to be a Kshatriya. And in the next verse, we'll talk about the qualities of Vaishya and Shudra as explained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So with that, I'd like to end here, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thank you for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Any comments, any reflections, Prabhuji?
So, Prabhuji, here I want to discuss about the word sabhavajam. So, so I'm trying to clarify myself. I have to have some clarity, Prabhuji. That's why I'm talking loud there for my clarification. Swabhavajam is means which is, as you have mentioned, it is inherent, right, Prabhuji?
Yes.
So my question mainly is, Prabhuji, that means it is born, you are born with it, right? So
Yes.
if I'm a son of a Kshatriya, right, Prabhuji, by seeing my uh, lineage practicing all those things, I get that, or is it Krishna has grouped all these qualities and put us in that family? So I'm trying to get clarity on that, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So, no, good point, Prabhu. So, once upon a time, right, the Varnashram was very seriously followed. That means if you go to the dhams like Jagannath Puri, for generations, they have been serving Lord Jagannath. So there are kids of those servitors. They don't leave to US to earn in dollars. They stay there. So they keep seeing their parents do a similar thing, and they are bought into that process as a work. So the inner uh, nature is followed. But nowadays, what is happening, Prabhu? Everybody is doing everything. Like as Maharaj mentioned, everybody is doing the work of a service provider in this world, consulting service provider. Service provider is all about Shudra, right? So a Brahmana is doing Shudra work, Kshatriya is doing. So, so inherent nature, if followed, because Krishna mentions by karma, the varna is done. Chaturvarna Maya system, karma. Then he uses the word karma. But our karma, if we end up doing different things, it is not through a janma that we become Kshatriya. We may have inherent qualities, to your point, but if we don't practice it, we don't execute it, it won't stay. But it will come out. It will come out. So when I don't know if you all have heard that pastime of Karna, who was trying to protect, or rather keep an keep an eye on his guru, so that the guru doesn't fall, have difficulty, have disturbance during sleep. So when he was protecting, when he was rather guarding, he saw a sort of a serpent uh, going close. So he uh, Karna Karna was Karna protected in the sense during the guarding. And Karna took that serpent's vial into him, and he endured it. And finally, when his guru woke up, when he saw that Karna has endured it, I don't know if you have heard the story.
Yeah. He
He
endured
said,
it,
"You are not
Prabhuji.
what you are." So the point here is, we may end up, we may have some swabhava, but at the time of real crisis, our true internal swabhava will come out. Right, Prabhu? That's what I want
Right.
to.
So it is both, I think, right, Prabhuji? That's what I want to.
Yes, it is
So
both.
Krishna is trying to group you in that, right? His
Yes,
classification, you are born into that family, as he says, and also if you practice those things, they will be developed.
yes,
So it's a combination, I think, right, Prabhuji?
exactly.
That
It's a
both.
combination.
If we don't, then we degrade it to a different one.
Exactly, exactly. So, so as Bhagavad Gita is a menu and a manual of life, it is better that we follow the manual of life.
Right.
And that is what is emphasized here. We may choose not to follow, and that is where you see so many wrong things are happening in the social life. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that staying connected with the manual of life is important, and
Right.
having a lot of crisscross is going to challenge.
But Prabhuji, one point, but the practice, like how Prabhupada converted all of us into Brahmins who want to be, right? We may not be Brahman by inherent nature,
Yeah,
we may not be Brahman by birth, but through Krishna in the center and Krishna's practice, I think we can overcome these two limitations if we have, right? If it is not a part of our intent, inherent nature, if it's not part of our inherent nature, and if it is, and we didn't practice it also, right? Means we were not practice, sorry, we were not part of the group, right? We were not grouped in Brahmana, we were not. it's not inherent in nature. That means I did not practice like a Brahmana initially, but when I also got associated with Krishna, then these all override. That's what I'm doing. Krishna
Yes, yes,
consciousness overrides these limitations. Otherwise, these limitations are followed, right? These are like the subsets. This gets overwritten if Krishna consciousness is followed. Means you may
exactly.
not be a by birth you may not be a Brahmana. By birth, you didn't practice Brahmanism throughout until you came to Krishna conscious life, right?
Yes.
Prabhu?
Yes. Yes. So Krishna says Chaturvarnam Maya Shrishtam Guna Karma
Gunam,
Vivasa.
Vivasa.
Guna is
Nature, your
nature,
inherent nature,
and karma is work. So
Work.
you have to have both.
right?
Yeah. Guna Karma Vivagasa. So it's a collection of guna and karma.
Right, Prabhu.
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts? Yeah, Kshatriyas are also very flashy in the sense they exhibit, they practice so much, they increase their skills. Arjuna was such a fired up Kshatriya that he used to practice
In the
archery
night also.
in the night. And he used, so when
Right.
he used to practice in night, he used to control his sleep. And when he's controlled his sleep, he got his name Budakesha.
Godakesha. Mm.
So very fired up. Um, we sometimes need Kshatriya qualities. You see something wrong happening, you want to protect somebody. We should have that quality to protect our family, not to misuse it, rather to call it. So it should be taken in the right context if you want to use Lord Krishna's message in the right way.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Uh, like to thank you. Please join regularly because sometimes when we discuss Bhagavad Gita or we hear, we get a inherent energy and we meditate on the qualities and which helps us uh, avoid and rather face the music in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy correctly.
Yeah, Prabhuji, the Gauranga Prabhu in this context has said a very, he said that all the extremities of our thinking, all the, we think the negativity, the extremities, overthinking, fearfulness, all these are nothing but your play of your mind. So what I wanted to drive here is, Prabhuji, that um, he says, but all this can be overcome by association with
Absolutely.
Bhakti Vriksha. He says all the, because your mind is running in all directions. So, but by association, it basically gets a certain channel, it gets channelized.
Perfect. Yeah.
So Bhakti Vriksha is so discussing Bhagavad Gita also, Prabhuji, among devotees or among the devotees, need not be devotees, among the people will basically refine our thinking process.
Right. Exactly.
I would say instead of devotees, enthusiasts, whoever are enthusiasts of the Bhagavad Gita or the Bhakti Vriksha.
Exactly. Exactly. So Bhagavad Gita brings everybody together. It's like breaking an ice and then getting energy from each other's passion for devotion, focusing on the things which matter in a common forum, focusing on what Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, has mentioned in a way which is positive, which brings positivity in our lives. So definitely what you said is accurate, Prabhu. So please join Bhakti Vriksha, even if it's a matter of few people. It doesn't matter the number of people, but it matters the enthusiasm with which we join together. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
So
Krishna.
let's end together by offering obeisance at the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpataru.
Kalptarubhyascha kripasinubhyeva
Bhavane.
patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo
Vaishnavrind ki
की जय
Maharaj Bhagavad Gita ki
की
jai.
जय
Prabhupada
पाद
ki
की
Ki
जय
Jai.
और प्रणाम.
हेम
Hare
जगन्नाथ प्रभु की
Krishna.
जय गौर प्रणाम।